The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Achara Bullard. Chapter 21. Digging for Treasure. There comes a time in the life of every mourner boy when he is filled with a desire to go somewhere and dig for hidden treasure. This desire suddenly came upon Tom one day. He failed to find Joe Harper, and Ben Rogers had gone finished, but he stumbled upon Huck Finn, and red-handed. Tom took him aside and revealed the matter to him privately. "Where shall we dig?" asked Huck. "Oh, almost anywhere." "Why? Is it hidden all around?" "No, of course it's not. It's hidden is a very special place, Huck. It's sometimes on Iceland, sometimes in rotten sheds under the end of a lamp of an old dead tree. That's where the shadow fell at midnight, but mostly under the floor in Hornet's house." "Who is it?" "Why, robbers, of course. Who do you think? Teachers." "Don't they come back for it?" "No, they think they will, but they generally forget the marks, or else they die. Anyway, it lies there a long time and gets ratty. Then somebody finds an old yellow paper that tells one how to find the marks, a paper that has to be studied for about a week because it mostly sinks. Have you got one of those papers, Tom?" "No." "Well, then how are you going to find out the marks?" I don't want any marks. They're always buried. It's under a haunted house, or on an island, or under a dead tree with one lamp stretching out. There are lots of trees with dead lamps stretching out, hundreds of them. It is under all of them." "How you talk?" "No." "Then how do you know which one to go for?" "Go for all of them." "Why, Tom, it will take all the summer." "Well, that doesn't matter. Suppose you find a pot with $100 in, or a rotten chest full of diamonds. Would you like that?" Huck's eyes glowed. "That's fine, Tom. Fine enough for me. Just give me the $100, and I won't want any diamonds." "All right, but I won't turn my nose up and diamonds. Some of them are worth $20 each. There aren't any worth less than $1. Haven't you ever seen one, Huck?" "I don't think so." "Oh, kings have bags of them." "Well, I don't know any kings, Tom." "I know you don't. But if you went to Europe, you'll see heaps of them." "Are they in heaps?" "In heaps? No." "Well, why did you say they were?" "I only meant that you'll see a lot of them, not in heaps, of course." "Why should they want to be in heaps?" "All right, but where are you going to dig first?" "Suppose we tried that old dim lamp tree, or the hill the other side of TAoTS dream. Alright, so they got a rusty pick and a spade and set out on their 3-mile walk. They arrived hot and breathless and threw themselves down in the spade to rest. Then they worked and sweated for half an hour. There was no result. They labored another half hour. There was still no result. Do they always bury it as deep as dead? Asked Huck. Sometimes. Not always. Not generally. I think we haven't got the right place. So, they chose a new spot and began again. The labor dragged a little, but still they made progress. Finally, Huck leaned on his bed, whipped and sweat from his forehead with his lips, and said, "We might be in the wrong place again. What do you think?" "It's very funny, Huck. I don't understand it." "Oh, I know what the master is. What fools we are. You must find out where the shadow of the lamp falls at midnight, and that's where you dig. Then, hang it all, we've done all its work of nothing. Now, we got to come back at night. It's a very long way. Well, I'll come round and meal tonight." The boys were there that night about the appointed time. They sat in the shadow waiting. It was a lonely place, and the boys talked little. Presently they judged that midnight had come. They marked where the shadow fell and began to dig hopefully. The hole deepened and deepened, but every time their hearts jumped when they heard the pick strike upon something. They only suffered a new disappointment. It was only a stone or a root. "It's on you. It's no use, Huck," said Tom at last. "We're wrong again. But we can't be wrong. We marked the shadow exactly." "I know. But there's another thing. We only guessed the time. Perhaps it was too late or too early." Huck dropped his spade. "That's it," he said. "We can never tell the right time, and besides, this kind of thing is too awful. I feel as if there is something terrible behind me all the time, and am afraid to turn round, because perhaps there are owners in front waiting for a chance to jump at me. I felt queer all over ever since I got here." "Well, I felt the same, Huck. They nearly always put in a dead man when they bury a treasure under a tree to watch it." "Good heavens, yes, they do. I've always heard that, Tom. I don't like to interfere with places where there are deaf people. One's sure to get into trouble with them. I don't like to stir them up either, Huck." Suppose his one here was to stick his head out and say something. "Don't, Tom. It's awful, I say. Let's keep his plate up and try somewhere else. Tom considered for a moment and then said, "The haunted house, that is." "I don't like haunted house, Tom." "Why? They're far worse than dead people. Dead people may talk, but they don't come stealing round in a sheet when you're not noticing and peep over your shoulder all of a sudden and grind their teeth the way a ghost does." "I couldn't bear such a thing as that, Tom." "Nobody could." "Yes, but heck, ghosts only travel about at night. They won't hinder us from getting there in the daytime. So what's the use of being afraid?" "Well, all right. We try the haunted house, if you say so, but I think it's taking a risk." They had started to go down the hill by his time. There in the middle of the moonlit valley stood the haunted house, utterly old, its fence gone long ago, with hiding the doorstep, the chimney in ruins, the window frames without glass, a corner of the roof fallen in. The boys went far to the right, to keep as far as possible from such an evil-looking place.